Hey y'all, I just wanted to talk about this for a second. This kind of correlates to the video that I did a few days ago, so if you haven't seen it, it's on my page, go check it out. But SZA recently revealed that she has been diagnosed with high functioning autism, and y'all were chewing her up in the comments. Y'all were saying that she was lying, that typically autism is diagnosed between the ages of 3 to 5, and that if you haven't been diagnosed then it wasn't, you probably didn't have autism. Y'all were saying that they just diagnose every and anybody with autism. And I just have a question for y'all. Are y'all cool? Are y'all okay? Half of y'all are walking around here with undiagnosed autism, and it shows. This woman went to a professional to get diagnosed, and y'all are having a problem with her being diagnosed with autism. I don't understand it. Why is it that when black women, especially within the black community, because there was a lot of women in her comments that was leaving her nasty negative comments, why is it that when black women express something that they're going through, it's, oh, now you lying, you can't. That woman used her platform to speak out about something that she was dealing with. And instead of y'all being supportive and being understanding, or even going to go look up with what high functioning autism is, y'all were quick to tell that woman she wasn't telling the truth. Y'all were quick to downplay her experience in life. And that's the problem with a lot of people in the black community, because us growing up, autism really wasn't a thing unless it severely impacted your life. So most of the time when they seen people that were, that exhibited symptoms of autism, it's, oh, she's different, he's different, oh, they, instead of us receiving the proper support and the resources that we needed. And when you're younger, it's a little bit more easier to mask because you can kind of hide behind other children than it is when you become an adult. I feel like when you're undiagnosed as an adult, the symptoms become worse. People with autism suffer higher rates of depression and suicide attempts than majority of people because of people like y'all. My son, I had to fight for my son to be diagnosed with autism because I knew something was different about him. Not because he was intellectually impaired. That's because I knew that there were differences in him and he needed support and he needed resources. A lot of people will suffer in the dark because they're too afraid to speak up for themselves, because y'all get on here and y'all get the bullying people and y'all get to talking about people and telling people what they have and what they don't have. What about you? What you got? Y'all are worried about her having autism. You may have it. You may need to go see a professional to go get diagnosed for yourself. The amount of hate comments that I seen in her comment section was terrible. And it's crazy to me. Because until you have a child, or until you have other people close to you that are suffering with autism, and until you are suffering with symptoms of autism, you will never know what somebody going through. I'm glad that she spoke up and she used her platform to bring awareness to that. And just because it doesn't look like what you think it should look like, just because it doesn't sound like what you think it should sound like, just because it doesn't fit the image of what you perceive it should be, doesn't mean that that's not what it is. Autism is a spectrum. Doesn't mean that she has to severely be impacted by autism for her to have effects on, for it to affect her life in some way. That woman was brave. I'm gonna tell you now, you ain't finna bully me about me saying something that I know that if I go to a professional and be diagnosed with, that I don't have. Y'all are just crazy. It's insane. That's why a lot of people, suffer, especially within the black community, because we just never believe nothing. It always has to be a problem with it. We always have to critique it. We always have to criticize. We always have to judge. We always have to say something negative about somebody going through something. But then when it's you, or when it's your mama, when it's your cousin, when it's your auntie, when it's your grandma, when it's your kids, then everybody need to pray for you. SZA, keep doing your thing. Thank you for bringing awareness to what is going on with you, because that now gives women like me and other women that I know that are suffering with symptoms of autism a voice and someone that we can say, hey, we understand, we can relate to. Fuck them other people. They don't believe you got it, fuck them. They ain't diagnose you. They're not the one that's going through what you're going through every single day. Keep speaking up, because the people that are going through it, we appreciate that. The rest of y'all need to get it together. This world is so lost and it's so sad. Y'all have no empathy for nobody. Y'all have no compassion for nobody. Y'all need to really get it together. That's it. Bye, y'all.